Christopher Fagan says John likes DC making different universe for Shazam, but will DC keep it in the details to keep the option open for an expanded universe?
I mean, you keep the option open, and I have a... Honestly, I'm going to tell you, I am flabbergasted, and it's cool. We all have different opinions on movies and stuff like that. But this whole notion now that everything has to be in the same cinematic universe. Guess what? X-Men doesn't share a cinematic universe with anybody. Yeah. You know, Spider-Man, and a lot of the Spider-Man films have been great. Spider-Man doesn't share a cinematic universe with anybody, and sure, they're building towards something. I don't think you need to, everything has to be in one gigantic cinematic universe where the specialness of somebody with superpowers is lost. Look, am I okay with if they do Shazam in as a part of the Justice League universe? Sure, I'm okay with that. That's very cool possibilities. There are a lot of cool things you can do. But guess what? You got a lot of characters in Justice League already. Yep. I think it would be really cool to have Shazam in his own cinematic universe, just like every other superhero movie in the history of the world prior to a few years ago always has. There's nothing wrong with doing that.
Well, everyone's chasing Marvel. I mean, that's what it is. It's everyone's chasing Marvel. I mean, now we've heard X-Men might have a crossover with Fantastic Four. Like you said, Spider-Man, and that whole, before Amazing Spider-Man 2 bombed, the whole idea was that they were going to
$700 million.
Yeah, I know, but well, I know that's probably over-exaggerating. But you know what I mean? It was a disappointment. It was a disappointment. They're rethinking at Sony what they're going to do.
Well, now they're doing Sinister Six next.
So which again is broadening out this whole thing. I like the idea of Shazam taking place in its own world because if you are setting up this no jokes DC cinematic universe, Shazam can't. Like, Shazam's it's Harry Potter. You know, like that's what it is. It's a little
that's a great analogy. It's a very good analogy.
And so, but I would like to see have them leave a door open that maybe somehow that world can kind of, because even the Marvel films, each one of them has their own humor. It's not specific to all of them. I mean, each one has its own tone. So I'd like to see the Shazam tone that they're taking maybe have an opportunity to go in with Justice League, but way, way down the line.
So you always have the option for like a crisis storyline, right?
Yeah.
Where universes then collide and mix.
Well, that's a great thing about DC. I mean, if they, first of all, they got to set up a DC cinematic universe. But if they can do that and eventually play into Crisis on Infinite Earth type of thing, which is DC's bread and butter in many ways, the Crisis stuff that they've done over the years.
Give me a parallel universe.
I mean, that's like these storylines that we're starting to see, like Winter Soldier and maybe a Civil War, and these things starting to seep into Marvel. And even X-Men with Days of Future Past, these popular comic book storylines, that's DC's thing, is the Crisis. So that would be brilliant if they can. But they got to make a movie first.
Well, and let's remember this too. It is not official that they are doing. Shazam very well could be in the Justice League.
Yeah.
Like we don't know that that's the case. Yeah. The only thing that really makes me suspect suspects that they are going to do it as a standalone is the fact that New Line is producing it. Look, when Marvel's got when Marvel does Ant-Man, they don't go, oh, we got a lot of movies we're making around. So Disney, can you handle Ant-Man?
Touchstone will do that.
Yeah, Touchstone. Yeah, they don't do that. The Marvel films are done by Marvel, and I don't think if Warner Brothers was going to fold Shazam into the Justice League that they would say, okay, we're not going to produce. We're actually going to get New Line to do it.
I'm really surprised that New Line is doing it.
I was too.
I'm surprised.
Pleasantly surprised, but I was very surprised.
Mm-hmm. Hey everyone, if you liked this video, click that thumbs up button and make sure to subscribe to our AMC Movie News YouTube channel. It's free and helps you stay up to date with all the latest movie news, as well as our daily AMC movie talk show. Also, make sure that you follow us on Facebook and Twitter to stay up to date with all of our special promotions, contests, and prize giveaways.